during the month of Ramadan, we can see how much food wastage is happening. Leave it alone the topic about animal or not, but the food wastage itself is crazy because I work in a hotel. For Ramadan buffet, we know how much food we are actually throwing to the bin right after the buffet. And it's really sad to see in another part of the world people don't have food, and in this part of the world people just because they have money they feel it is okay to waste. So that's one thing. So for Ramadan I personally feel like if I have to go and tell my Muslim friends, hey, instead of eating meat, you can eat plant-based, and you can save a lot of energy by doing this because you have to know to produce 1 kilo of meat, you might have to waste 500 gallon of water. You have to maybe, I don't know, produce a lot of methane gas, produce a lot of greenhouse gases, and there's a lot of resources needed to be done. Even like when we think about crops like soy, a lot of majority of the soy that produced in the world is the feed for the animals. It's not for human. And yet human are worrying like, oh, eating a lot of soy you will have problems this and that, but they don't know that all the meat that they are eating, the animals also eating soy. So that's why I felt like, okay, maybe during Ramadan, if I am fasting as well, to show an example that you can fast during the month of Ramadan at the same time. So that's why I thought of like making a series of Sinjal Ramadan. Just go back to the village, show them how their ancestors used to eat. Because I remember my mom, my grandma always shared with us. Those days they don't get a chance to eat chicken, lamb, beef, and all this every day. They only get a chance whenever there's like salary. They get their salary payday. They get a chicken at home. Then they will cook curry. They will cook what the whole family will eat that. Or when there's some tandoori or some big festival in the village, then everyone get to eat meat. The other days people depending mostly on the plant-based food. They do eat non-veg like ikan bilis, ikan masin, but when we see the history, we are not depending too much on meat or egg. But what happened is throughout history, because we have the luxury of spending, so the demand have increased. So that's why I felt like Sejal Ramadan is a great um, like show the reality that it is possible to be done that way, and let them to reconnect that this is how their parents, how they used to do when they are young. So that is the biggest motivation behind Sejal Ramadan. In fact, is like one of our toughest project of the year for every year because a lot of work behind that. Even though it's 3 to 5 minutes video, but the artwork to set up such a place, such a kitchen, and also have a storyline to it. And so yeah, just for one video we spent like hours and hours of shooting, editing. So yeah, that's a lot of like our most hard work is at the Ramadan every year because that is also the highest viewership time. Yeah, the minimum will get this is minimum that we will touch 30 million views across the month. Yeah, so almost we believe every Malaysian at least watch one episode of our series. So that's the baseline for our program.
That's really incredible to see how you spread the vegan cuisine to Malaysians. I want to ask, was there a moment, because obviously your followers, your viewers were growing, when was the moment you kind of felt, maybe I'm famous?
Actually, the first time I felt that was I was invited for such a function. Like it's called Global Indian Shopping Festival. So yeah, so it's like kind of selling Indian clothing, accessories, Indian food, and all that. So they invited like if I go, if no crowd will come, it will be, oh, this is a shame, man. Better you don't go. So I was expecting. All the so that's the feeling of kindness, I think, more than just what I felt. I felt so much touch and effort that I would do is really reach the layman people because those who came and see me is the normal ordinary people, the families, and yeah, it's so lovely to see that. Yeah, so from there, deep down in my heart, I know how many families actually realize that animal is not the only source of food, and they started to see that from a different perspective. Yeah, I think that's the biggest feel that I get satisfied. Yeah, instead of feeling famous, yeah, I feel.
Wow, I think you made the right person famous in Malaysia for sure. That's so beautiful. You created this.
I guess it's also because of the people that I saw the most there. Because I always in social justice movement for so I think that's why easily make me feel like that. And I don't want another victim like me. I don't want another child who hurt because of his different skin color. I don't want another young boy who is sexually abused because I don't want another woman is being judged because she's just a transgender. And then when it comes to animals, again the same point. I think that's what actually motivates me. So I think, yeah, thanks to the universe for such an experience, molding me to be who I am today.
Wow. That was a lovely sharing. Thank you so much. Alright, Aravind. So tell us a bit more about your different business growth and performance. Oh, wonderful. So can you please
Selamat petang, bro.
Yeah, on top of that, it's also another thing that a lot of people have this misconception. They're thinking that people who are plant-based or vegan must be healthy. But that's not the case. I'm the living example that as a vegan, you doesn't have to be healthy. You can eat whatever you want. You can enjoy your life. And yeah, examples are French fries are vegan. There are vegan ice creams out there. Sugar are considered vegan. Coca-Cola is considered vegan. So these are all unhealthy. You see, pisang goreng is vegan. You know, wade is vegan. So they have to know the differences between vegan and non-vegan, healthy and not healthy. So if you're really concerned about health, there's only one, I would say, like multiple research and studies have been done, even recently on Netflix, talk about microbiome, and also there are Netflix shows who are doing a test between twins. You know, I forgot it's about what, but it's showing what happened when you eat whole food plant-based. So that is, if you really want to be healthy, you have to follow back the biggest nutritional study that have ever conducted on earth is the China study. So the China study, it concludes that only a whole food plant-based diet able to reverse a lot of chronic diseases. So imagine people who are eating diabetic medication, they can reverse their diabetic. They can become someone who are free from diabetic. That much power is within a whole food plant-based diet. So a whole food plant-based diet should start from organic produce without polluting the raw ingredient, and also not highly processed. So yeah, that's why our objective for Winnie Farm actually is to produce the high quality of the nutrients content for every fresh produce, and then with the affordable price in the market, affordable price for all everyone. That's why we need to break the mindset that only organic fresh produce is the most expensive.
That's really great. Wow. Um, okay, one question I personally have for you because I'm starting my own little garden at home. Do you have any tips for people who want to grow food but in a small space?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you share?
Like this one, I also will consider under our community engagement project. And then they're looking for us like one of the success story. They're going to China. China. China in